Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining this video. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, and I am a 27, gonna be 28-year-old investor. I just started my investing journey about a month ago after spending the last 6 months of 2024 learning how to trade options and trade stocks. I finally started to feel comfortable about trading it, and I wanted to take you guys on the journey with me of what it looks like investing. So for me, I am not going to paint myself as a professional trader. I am a very, very intro and beginner trader. And I had a lot of overwhelming feelings when jumping into the stock market and options specifically. So I'm hoping these videos might help you in your investing journey, and maybe we can go along for the journey. If you would like more content, make sure to subscribe and stay up to date. But let's jump into it. So for me, I use two different platforms. I use Charles Schwab for my long-term investing, and then I use Robinhood for my options. So I did that so that way I could break it apart because, well, one, Charles Schwab didn't approve me for options trading. So that kind of left me figuring out, okay, what do I got to do? So I decided to just use that as my longer term. And then I opened Robinhood. They were a little more lenient with the options. Totally cool. But this one specifically, I decided, you know what, let's just first start with $500. Let's see where it takes us and let's go from there. And so I decided in this account only that to learn, because I'm learning, I've only been trading for a month, is I figured, one, I don't want to blow all my money, so I don't want to trade these bigger stocks like Apple, Tesla, Disney. I don't want to trade these big companies right now. I am going to trade those, and I think those are amazing trades. However, I think where I'm at right now in my learning process, I actually want to trade some lower cap companies right now to where I don't need to put that much money into it, and I could learn through the process. So the two ones that I've been jumping into is SoFi and Pinterest. So those ones right now, at the time of this video, I'll show you guys my phone is, let's open the Robinhood app, is SoFi is currently at $14.18. So for me, with a $500 account, that is perfect. That is right in my realm of trying to test the waters and see where it goes. And the next one is Pinterest. Pinterest right now is at $30.71 at the time that I'm making this video. So the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I made a couple trades last week that I lost money on. And then this week I came back and made some trades on those two and doubled my loss from the last week and made a gain this week. So now my account is actually above the threshold of what I was thinking initially. So I'm still learning how to trade, and I'm still learning how to read and analyze charts and all those fun things. But I figured, hey, I just want to take some people on the journey with me. I like to do things with people. I'm a people person. I love to say, hey, let's go on this journey. Let's go on it together. If I'm learning, we could all learn together. Maybe you could learn from my mistakes. Maybe I could learn from your mistakes. Maybe we could create a place where we could just talk, communicate, and all that fun stuff. And hopefully by you clicking on this video, you're finding some type of ease in this video, knowing that, hey, it's okay to not have a lot of money in the stock market, because I know you guys see, and the reason why I really wanted to make these videos is because I'm constantly seeing these guys with hundreds of $1,000s, millions of dollars talking about, oh, just put this money in and you'll get this money out. And for me, I'm like, dude, I only have $50, $100. Like, I have a 9 to 5, like $500 I put in my account. And yes, I do have a business on the side, but that money is not going into this investment. Right now, I'm trying to build that business, and it is already built, established, but that money is going straight into the business. It's working itself for the business. So eventually I'll get to a place where, yeah, I could roll money out of that. However, I'm using money strictly off of my 9 to 5. And the reason why I wanted to set it up like that is to show you that I'm just an average person. And whether you think you're an average person or not, you could do it too. If I could do it, you could do it. And you could still do this while having your 9 to 5. It's not something that needs to be, oh, I need to quit my job and go full time on this. You could actually trade in the morning before you even go to work. For me, I trade between 6:30 and 8:30. After that, most of my trades are done, and I'm just set it and forget it, move on to the next. Now I can focus on my day job. Focus. For me, I'm a full-time staff employee at a church. I work at a church. And so I love being able to do what I do and be able to, for me, I'm a Christian trader, so I love to be able to build God's house. And I believe that the money that I'm able to create and generate from here, that one, it'll set my family up for the future, but also be able to give to God's house as well. And I think that's the biggest foundation that now, as a Christian trader, what does that look like? Like, because I've heard people talk down on stock and stock options for Christians because they think, oh, it's gambling, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. That's not, that's of the world. Like, no, this is something that we get to do, and we get to be able to establish wealth for our future, for our kids, for our family. And this is also being wise, especially when you get into the realms of 401ks, Roth IRAs, and you start talking to where now you're setting up a legacy, and you're talking about legacy for your kids, for your future. This is where it becomes important. And this is where this should be handled with delicacy and handled with the utmost, like, okay, this is very serious. And this is not something to play around with. So if you're just looking for short term cash, boom, 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 and you just awesome, all the more to you. For me, I'm looking at it as one, how could I set my future family up? How could I set my wife up in the future? I'm single right now. And so I'm getting set and established now. So that way, when that time comes, I'll be ready to go and say, hey, you know what? We're already set. We could buy a house. One, we could save for our kids. We could send our kids to college when they get there. And now's the time to do it. So I would say in 2025 is your time to jump into investing. And hey, if you like this video, come along the journey with me. I'm gonna be posting my weekly, I would say weekly and monthly videos. It might be hard to do day by day, but monthly videos and weekly of just my stock investing journey and my options, mainly options, because that's what I want to trade, because there's some really cool options to go there. So I'm going to jump into Robinhood for a little bit and show you guys my trades. So at the time of me making this video, I currently don't own any options because I just made some great profit yesterday, which actually kind of sparked this idea to make this video for you guys, to share with you guys my journey. Because I figured, hey, the week before I lost money. This week I gained money. So what are the contrasts? What are the pros? What are the cons? What are the areas that I could learn from, and how can I get better? And maybe how could I help you guys along the way? So my very first stock option that I bought was Pinterest, and this was a call option. And so that day I made a risky trade. Again, $500, and I wanted to try. I wanted to try things. I wanted to see what happens. And I that day on Pinterest, my very first options trade, I did a $29.50 call, and this was on 12/27. So it was 2 days after Christmas. This was a very short term call option. I figured, hey, let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. I want to buy a call option for that day. Now, that was my first mistake. I bought it for that same day. Some people have great analytics, but if you're not on the charts watching it, and if you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend going that same day, because I got destroyed on that day. So I bought the call at, and I'll show you guys this on my screen as well. You're going to see it on here, but I'll show it on the screen as well. So Pinterest call, $29.50. At open, I bought it at 41 cents. So I bought it at 41 cents. Now, each option is 100 contracts. So 41 cents times 100, I paid $41 for that. So $41 out of my $500 account, I figured that's not too bad. The max loss would be 41 if I lost everything, which I pretty much did, because that day it ended up tanking. So I thought it was going to go up, and I think there was a lot of people that week that did expect the market to go up. However, that week in particular, everything just tanked big time. So $41, and my closing from that, I closed at 10 cents for the option. So I lost $31 in that trade, which is negative 75.61%. That's the one that discouraged me. And I know it was my first one, but that was my first one because I almost lost 100% of my profit. And that was honestly, I'm not gonna lie, out of $500, I lost $31. And I was like, maybe trading isn't for me. And so I had to have that realization moment. And so I was like, okay, we're gonna eat that. Now we're down a little bit, but you know what? It's okay. Stuff happens. Let's just move on. So I let the new year pass, and then I decided to jump back in on the 2nd. Now, January 2nd, I got my phone right here. I'm going to show you guys some of my trades. But January 2nd, I ended up opening 2 calls. So I love call options. I think call options are amazing. Puts are awesome too. So the difference between calls and puts is a call option is when you think the stock is going to go up, and a put option is when you think the stock is going to go down. And so I just love calls. I believe right now too, we're in a very bullish market. Now we can get in all these terms, bullish, bearish, all these different things in a later episode. I'm just going to kind of speed through it just to kind of, show you guys my trades. I will definitely make a more in-depth video talking about these terminologies and gamma, delta, theta, all those, the Greeks, all that stuff. I'll get into all that stuff at another time. Today is just strictly just sharing with you my journey, the start of my journey, and the $500 and where it's at right now. So at the start, let's talk about Pinterest. So again, Pinterest has been ranging from $28.50 to about $30.10. So I'm trying to gauge in there what the market's looking like, when I could enter, when I could exit. Again, this is just so I could learn how to trade. And so I bought another $29.50 call. I bought this. However, though, I didn't buy it for the same day. I learned my lesson. I bought it, I believe, yeah, I bought it a week out. So 7 days out from this one. Now, some people will say buy it a couple weeks out because of time decay, all that stuff. For me, a week out seemed okay. This is more of a day trade. I just want to try it, get it out, boom, 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 boom. Okay, cool. So I bought the contract at 64 cents. So as I said, 64 cents times 100, that equals $64. And this day, I ended up hitting it really good because Pinterest ended up shooting way up. And it even went up more than what I sold it at. However, I'm not greedy, and I figured, let's take my profit while I can. Let's move on to the next, and then we'll go from there. So at the start of the day, 6:30 a.m., I ended up buying that contract at 64 cents, $64. And at the end of the day, I ended up selling it for 0.90, which is 90 cents, which would be $90 total, which is a realized profit of $26, 40%, 40.63% profit on that day. So I walked away with 26 extra dollars. Obviously, Robinhood takes their fees. I think it's like 3 cents per transaction, so total is like 6 cents total. Um, that was Pinterest. Now I did the same thing for SoFi. So SoFi has been sitting between $13 and $15. So I figured maybe I could catch it on a good day at 14.5. So I bought a SoFi call at $14.50, and I bought that same expiration date for 110 January 10th. Right now, I'm currently making this on January 3rd, but this trade was for January 2nd. So the cost at open, I bought it at 6:30, and this was all within a span of like 1 hour. So, and this is what I'm telling you guys. You guys could start trading at 6:30 and at 7:30, 8:30. You can go all day if you want, if you have a job that allows you to. But for me, I like to get my trading done in the morning and then move on with my day. So I bought at 6:30 a.m. I bought a call contract with SoFi for $14.50, and that was at 40 cents times 100. That was $40. That came out to $40 for that contract. And within 1 hour, it just skyrocketed, and I was able to close it at 55 cents. So I bought it at 40 cents and closed it at 55 cents. That was at $55. So I walked away from that one with a $15 increase. That's 37.50% increase on the profit and loss. And total, I walked away with $41. And so for me, for one day, out of a $500 account, to walk away with $41, I counted that as a win. I had a 40% return and a 37% return on that. Now, for me, I'm looking at it as like, dude, imagine if I put more money into that. Look at how much I would be able to get. But the thing about this is not becoming greedy. So SoFi and Pinterest both went way above where I sold at. However, for me, in analyzing the charts, it was getting pretty rocky. So I figured, let me take my profit while I can before it tanks. If it goes up, awesome. Now I know for the future where I could write it. Now I could analyze that chart pattern. Now I could know what I was feeling and what I was thinking in those moments, so I could analyze it for the better for the future trades that I'm going to make. Trades like I'm going to make today or tomorrow or next week, so on and so forth. So I'm going to put those on the screens for you guys so you can see. My account is currently at $522.68. Catch it, catch it, catch it. There you go. So you guys can see it right there. $500, $522.68. You guys can see there. So being that I gained $41, I still had that loss from last week. So that's why my account isn't at 541. My account's at 522. So for me, I'm up $22.68 out of my initial investment. So to me, I'm doing good so far. Yes, there could be more returns. Yes, I could trade Apple. Yes, I could trade AMD. However, this is my learning experience. This is the route that I'm deciding to take, and I promise you, within the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months, I will get into Apple, Tesla, AMD, all these different higher cap companies, and I will go full force. And I believe that in Jesus' name that this account will go from $500 to $10,000 really quick because of the principles that I'm able to follow. And honestly, through Wealth Producers Academy, how they have helped me tremendously in my learning experience. And I get to go like with their academy, what I get to watch Josiah's videos on how he trades and his trading psychology on how he approaches the stock market. And then I get to, for myself, apply my own and be able to trade from there. And so learning what he's taught has been so fundamental. I would highly recommend that if you're looking for an academy or looking for a place to just even start, he is amazing. Now for me in this channel, yeah, you could definitely come along the journey and watch all these videos as well. But I would say if you want someone very professional, someone that's been in it for 20 plus years, that's the person to go to. That's the academy to go to. Hands down, the best Christian academy in the stock market space and in the financial space. So give them a check out. I'll put their link below. But this is it for the video, guys. Again, I just wanted to say thank you for even just checking this channel out. Um, my name's Anthony, and I'm 27, about to be 28 next week, but 28 years old, and I just started my investing journey. And I'm hoping to take you guys along the journey with me, so that way we could all grow together and become better in the stock market and learn about options. So I hope you guys have a blessed day. Make sure to subscribe, turn on the bell icon for more content, and we'll see you guys soon.